I wanted to stick with the seasonal theme. And so I ordered from Amazon. Yeah, I kind of know my go-to place, it seems like. Another diamond art kit. And if you remember maybe from last year where I did this Christmas one, I thought, well, I'm going to look for one for fall. And there were several to choose from. This one in particular is supposed to have the same print on the back, which I thought might be prettier in the long run. And of course your standard diamond painting kit that comes with it. I'm seeking this wax. There are definitely not very many drills, it looks like. Not very many different colors, but of course it is pretty focused on theme. This is the kit on Amazon, and I will put a link below in the description if you're interested. I wanted to see if I could get a little more light on the drills, so I opened my windows. It's a cloudy, very foggy day today, but pretty fall colors. They definitely did not give me any bags, but I'm going to start with these smaller number of drills anyway, so I'm going to start with this 6 and this 5. And probably this 3, and then work my way over to the ones that have the most drills. Get started here. But I guess what I wanted to say is, if you see, this is printed on both sides. I mean, you can't read it on this side, but you can definitely see the colors on this side of the wreath versus this one, which is white. And even though, you know, it's pretty on this side and it is very shiny, and considering that I did it last year and I just had it sitting around, I didn't lose any of the drills on this. And I did not do anything to finish the diamond art. I considered doing other diamond art, but you know, I think at the same time, when we're making cards or anything else and we're using glue dots, to me there's not much difference. So I'm going to take a chance and not do anything to it, because it has these parts of here that are not shiny. They don't have any glue on them at all in between. So I'm going to not finish this one either, and I don't know, might live to regret it, but I'm going to just put the extra drills in a bag. I'm going to seal it. I'm going to write the project on there and just stick the bag in my stash. But I thought that maybe because it didn't have white on the back, that it would look prettier in the window. Well, it just definitely does not peel off all at once, so that's okay. And it feels pretty sticky as before on the other one, but even though I think it was a different brand. I think last time I had some trouble with these larger drills, if I remember right. I think I had to use this pin that I also got from Amazon, and I'll put that down below too. And it's just a gem picker. So I think that's what I used for these bigger drills, because I think this little tiny bit of wax didn't work really great on it. I think these stuck much better if I remember right. Of course, I'm having trouble now getting it to, whoop, look at that. I just broke it right off. And I'll just stick now. Okay, so this is, I forgot what number it was. 6. Yeah, I might have to get some new tips. But for right now, this is going to work fine enough. Leaving a lot of wax. But that's all right, I can wipe that off. I think that I am going to announce the winner for the, that is either not sticky or I didn't get the plastic off. Nope. I was going to say that was a worrisome thing. But I will put down below the time stamp for the winners of the giveaway. If that's what you're most interested in and want to watch. Other than that, I am just going to chat a little bit. I'm going to tell you what might be coming up, something that I'm interested in. I don't know how you guys feel about it at all. During the holiday season, I'm going to try to stick as much as I can to holiday theme. I might do some whips because I have a couple I want to start. One very small project that is seasonal. And I like really small projects because I get to feel a sense of completion quickly, which I think helps with self-esteem and, you know, just makes you feel better about what you're doing and your crafting. Sometimes those big long projects just take a really long time. But I am interested in reading some of the classics. And there are classics that are in the public domain. So I think what I'm going to do, and if you know people are interested, the videos will be labeled as such so that you know ahead of time. It's not like you're blindly going to go in to watch a video and then get, I don't know, kind of like the bait and switch, which you find an awful lot on some videos. And just put the video on and you can listen to whatever book I'm reading to you. There are just some books that I have always wanted to read and haven't done it, so I'm going to take you along on my journey. But I have finished all of the 6s. That went very quickly. I love doing the big drills, and there are 3 left. And what I do is I just save these really nice big ones because you never know if you want to use those on a card or decorate a Christmas package or, you know, something like that. So I always save some of these special drills. I'm going to maybe do a wreath or some door hanger for every month or every season. Something I like to do. Makes me feel like, I don't know, like I'm participating, if that makes sense. Like I'm participating in the season or the month. So this is, the next drill is the 5, and it's also red, but it's just a smaller red. Yeah, and these big drills go much faster than the small drills. But this way, if I'm doing the diamond painting, and sometimes people like to watch people draw or color or paint or just do diamond painting because it's mindless and you know, they just like to watch. And I like to talk, but I would run out of things to say. And chances are 9 times out of 10, most everybody is not going to be that interested in what I have to say. I mean, they might. I told you that I've been Ubering. and have had some interesting people in my vehicle, for sure. I haven't had any reasons to be overly cautious or overly afraid, or nervous or whatever, but whoops, but there's been a few times when I have been. I just wish that I didn't have this particular person or that particular person in the back seat of my car behind me, where I can't see really what they're doing. But I would not want them in the front with me more than I don't want them in the back behind me. And I went to the thrift store. I like to thrift. And I have an eBay store too, where I've been reselling some things, but I like to find things for me too. Like I found these cute little coasters. Those are adorable. I love snowmen. So, you know, if I find something like that, or I found some Christmas cards that I'm going to actually use this year. But anyway, I was thrifting, and the lady was chatting, which is fine. You know, I tend to over chat when I'm talking to people in lines or at the counter, or at, you know, I just talk to people. I talk to them all the time. Anyway, she told me, well, she asked me how I was doing and what I was doing today, you know, that kind of thing, just small chat, just small talk. And I told her that I was Ubering and had decided I was going to call it a day. But I was already over there where that Goodwill outlet was. And sometimes I like to do the bins, but man, I got to be in the right frame of mind to do the bins at that big outlet store. But right next to the outlet store, they have a regular Goodwill. And so I went into that Goodwill. I found some interesting things. I probably should do a thrift haul. So if you guys are interested in that kind of thing and show you what I got at the thrift store, let me know, because sometimes I find some really, really interesting things. But anyway, she was telling me that she used to Uber. She used to DoorDash too, but she used to Uber. And she asked how I liked it, if I had any problems. And I kind of said no. You know, I think when people take me down alleys or something like that, I get a little nervous. But because I don't do it at night, I don't worry too much about it. But she told me she usually only did it during the daytime too. But she had a man in her car, and she let him in the front seat. I don't know why she let him. I guess she must have thought the front seat was better than the back. I don't know. So she could keep an eye on him too. But to me, somebody has a better chance of grabbing me easier if they're sitting beside me than if they do behind me. And that's kind of my frame of mind and why I want them in the back seat. Chances are, you know, they're getting in. I'm making sure they are buckling their seatbelt. I can hear that seatbelt click. And I can see them, you know, partially, at least in my rearview mirror. I also have a dash cam. But if there's movement in the back seat, I can usually see that. And if somebody is unclicking their seatbelt, I'm going to probably hear that or notice that and make a quick stop or do something. I don't know what. I should carry some mace in my car, but I don't. Or one of those electric things. I can't remember what they're called. Those, oh Lord, these. Anyway. I'm 63, turned 63 this last month. So, you know, words are getting harder and harder every year. But anyway, need something probably is what I should have for protection. But she had said she had to use her mace one time because the person this was a man that she picked up, was sitting beside her. And this is a 3, just so people know I'm going to get started on this little bit of green. Not very much green on here. He started talking about the end of the world, and he kept banging on the dash really hard. I mean, getting really excited, banging on the dash. And this woman was probably my age, I would say, maybe a little younger. But it frightened her. And she, I guess, stopped the car and asked him to get out of the car, and he refused to do it. And so she stopped the car, got out of the car, and maced him. But it really, of course, messed up her car. And I would think, yeah, I could see how that would probably make a pretty big mess. And these numbers, I mean, I know you can't really probably see this. I'm going to get a little bit closer as I do some of these here. But these are really, really tiny numbers. I would imagine that if you have a little trouble with your eyesight like I do up close, I mean, I think the drills are the same size, although you see they're fitting much better inside the tray. I think these drills are a little smaller. So maybe the shiny drills, and these are all shiny drills, are just smaller than the more of a matte one, even though they're supposed to be kind of shiny too. But these are definitely kind of like diamond art, and they look more shiny. But anyway, she maced him. And then I don't know if she finished her story. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember if the guy got out of the car or if she called 911. I think he must have just got out of the car. I know she said she worried about after she maced him. She hoped he was okay. So my guess is he must have got out of the car and she drove away. But it messed up her car really bad, the mace did. And I said, well, I think that probably what I would have done was just pull over, and, distract him or go along with him so that it wouldn't rile him up even more. And then pull over and, I don't know, unbuckle my seatbelt and just open my door and then ask him to get out of my car. And then if he didn't get out of the car, then just call 911. But by that time, I would be out of my car. Now, I mean, it depends on where you're driving, too. You're not going to want to just do it just anywhere. But, I mean, a regular street with lots of traffic or in a parking lot where you were probably safe would be a good idea. But I've never had anybody like that. But she said she did like 500 rides. And then she had that one ride, and she never did it again. And, I'm either lucky or, the universe is watching out for me, maybe in some ways, that I so far have not had too bad a luck. Like I said, a few that I wished weren't in the back of my car, but that I didn't pick up. But overall, not bad. But these do feel like they're going on well. They are sticking well. And I could certainly see where, the clear spots the sun would go through. So I'm going to continue to work on this until I get probably pretty close to being done. And then I will sign back on and let you watch me finish it. I've just about finished it. I think that it took me probably maybe 2.5 hours. It might have taken me a little longer than that, but not much. And I would say, you could do this definitely in an afternoon, a couple hours in the evening. Just didn't take very long. I did not run out of diamonds at all. All I have left is the Hello Fall in the center. But I do think that it turned out pretty. If I'm putting this on the inside of the window, it's not going to really matter. The sun probably isn't going to hit it anyway. And, I suppose with that in mind, if you have a white back, it probably isn't that big of a deal either. But I will tell you, going back to what I was saying earlier about the reading of the classics, any talking that I'm going to do, or, you know, if I'm unboxing or doing a whip or, you know, anything like that, I will definitely do that ahead of time. By the time I start reading, so that if you're not interested and you want to shut it off, you can. Not that you couldn't do that anyway, but then I'm very pleased, I think, with this hanging diamond art. And I will say it was fun, again, because it's quick. I accomplished something and I can get it into my window. Well, I guess I need to go buy a little sticky suction cup or something to use to hang it in my window. I'm a little afraid to use a suction cup because they may not stick very well, so I'm not sure what I'm going to use actually, because if this thing hits the floor or something, falls off because the suction cup lets go of the sticky, then it could probably make some of those drills loosen. And just like that, it is done, and I don't think I missed any. I think they're all on there. So I've got all the light on there, but I don't know whether you can see really how shiny that is, because that is very shiny. The diamonds are very pretty. I'm very happy with it, I think. Whoop. Oh, I'm always doing that. Knocking the diamonds over. Always, always. That's me. Making a mess. But there was quite a few of these last ones left over, as you can see. And there were plenty of the other drills. I didn't run out. I know people, like I've said, I think in past videos, complain about running out of drills, and I didn't run out of any drills on this. So I think that I'm going to do a quick drawing. There were only 2 people that left a comment for the free giveaway, but I'm just going to throw them in this cup. I mean, you know, can't get much better than a 50-50 shot, and lucky for her. So I'm just going to reach in. I'm not even going to really look, pull one out, and we will see. Okay, so Tracy M825, you get the Christmas gnome diamond painting and the pin. So if you want to look in the information about me and pull out the email and send me your address, I will get that sent to you, and hopefully you will get it in time to have some fun with it before Christmas. So thank you for watching. Take care, stay safe, and be kind.